Hello class 5, I hope all of you are fine there, and we are back here once again to have this online class, and I welcome all of you. We know we have finished the chapter which we were dealing with, that is the chapter called Saudi Arabia, the land of hot deserts, and we know this chapter by now. Where is Saudi Arabia? I told you, if this is my right hand and this is my left hand, this is my north, this is my east, this is my west, and automatically down is south. Now if India is here, okay, and Saudi Arabia falls in the eastern side, this side, so therefore in the glove also I showed you where this country really falls, okay, and we know. So we studied about this particular country, and this country is the land of hot desert and desert. Once again I remind you, remember the spelling and the pronunciation, right? So we know this country, the importance of camel, the animal, and the peculiar animal, the antelope, the white antelope, right? And how important it is, the petroleum industry there, and why they are becoming very rich every day because of petroleum, we call it, and we know, and the capital city of this country, right? And their dress, what is their religion, what kind of people you find there in this country. I told you Islam is their religion and the Muslim are the people, right? After finishing this chapter, we are starting today new chapter. I will not finish this chapter, just I will introduce and I will take the first one small subtopic, right? So the chapter that we finished was, as I told you, Saudi Arabia, the land of hot deserts. Desert where everywhere sand, and the weather is very hot because of sand will absorb heat, okay, in the daytime, and therefore it becomes very hot in the day, and the night immediately it cools down, and night sometimes it becomes very extremely cold. So all these dangerous animals, hyena, porcupine, all these animals we find there, okay. Now the new chapter, take the page number 42. Take the page number 42. So this chapter is another different kind of, the region that we are going to talk about. We talked about very cold land, the Greenland, and we talked about very hot place, deserts. We also talked about the place where there is lot of rain and lot of heat, okay, Congo Basin. And right now we are talking about, I have written the topic here, the temperature, grassland, the prairies. Mind the spelling, prairies, P-R-A-I-R-I-E-S, prairies, right? Now, what is this? Just in a short, I would like to explain you what is this prairies. Have you seen, here also we grow wheat and even maize, we know. They are not trees, no? And they are not very short also. They are with this height, almost 3 feet sometimes, or below 2.5 feet, or so those kind of grasses, no? Some may give, some are grains, this grass, no? Some are green, some are not green, just they are plants. So those kind of, the grassland you will get in this particular region, that is temperature region. We know where is temperature zones. We have studied, no? Temperature zones. Now today once again, where this temperature grassland falls, we will locate in the glove, right? Now I have written here 23 degree north and 66 degree north, and 23 degree south and 66 degree south. Okay, sorry, this half is there. Okay, in the both sides. Here also half, here also half. Right? Please do not forget. And we are very much familiar with this. The imaginary line of this degrees, isn't it? Let us make once again a picture of a glove. Okay, and I told you I'm standing like this. This is north, right? I'm standing like this. This is east. I'm standing like this. This is west, and this is automatically south, right? And we know this is equator, which divides Earth into equal halves, right? And we have got one more important line running from north to south or south to north. That's prime meridian, we know. And now the important lines, imaginary lines. This line, what is this line called? What is this line called? And what is the degree here? 23 degree north, 23 degree. What is this line called? This is 23 degree and half north, and this is 66 degree and half north. What is this imaginary line called? Arctic Circle, right? And this is Tropic of Cancer. And now southern side, southern hemisphere. What is this imaginary line called? If this is Arctic Circle, this is Antarctic Circle, 23 degree and half south. And another, this line is here, like if this is Tropic of Cancer, then this is 66 degree and half south is Tropic of Capricorn. Now, see, this temperature grassland falls here, 23 degree north and 66 degree north, which means from here to here, okay? Temperature grassland falls here, okay? We talked about the equatorial zones, we talked about polar region, okay? Now we are talking about temperature grassland, and that temperature grassland falls here in between 23 degree north, 66 degree north, in between these two regions, and southern side also same. 23 degree south and 66 degree south, in between these two imaginary lines we have this particular grassland that is called temperature grassland, and this grassland is called the prairies. Okay, prairies means a meadow or grassland in French. French people, okay, people of France, okay, their meaning for this prairies is grassland or meadow. Meadow also same, lot of grass you will get everywhere. It's not a tall tree or not even a short grasses, but they are medium size, okay, almost 2.5 feet or 3 feet of grass. For example, we can take wheat. We say in our side wheat, and we can see maize, no? Maize, you know, mokai, we know, no? So that is the height of this grassland, and those grassland are called the prairies. The temperature grassland, which is called the prairies in French, people those who live in France, they are called French people. Okay, these people, according to them, the meaning of prairies is grassland, and this grassland is also known as meadow, right? Okay, now this is the particular location of this particular region, that is temperature grassland, right? We will discuss the first small subtopic regarding this topic, temperature grassland, that is prairies. This grassland which we are talking about, the grass which is not very tall like trees, not very short, right? It is medium size, as I told you, like the height of the wheat and size of the maize, okay, plants. Okay, with that size you get plenty of green fields everywhere. So these are called prairies, okay. Now this prairies and this location that we are talking about, most of this grasslands are found in South America. There are plenty of countries in South America, more than 10, 12, 13 almost, I think. Okay, in this country, in this many countries, you will get this grassland. Okay, now let us specifically talk about exactly where do we get this grassland as an example. So therefore, we are taking the example, the location of this grassland, and we are telling that this grassland specifically we get in this region, in between this Canada in the north and Mexico in the south. In between these two countries, this particular grassland we get in maximum, right? This must you remember. Remember the name of the country, Canada. This is also South American country, and this is Mexico, also South American country. So top is Canada and below is Mexico. In between this country we get this grassland, right? Okay, so another word that I have written today, also quite many vocabulary I have written here. Kindly note it down all these, okay, on your text and exercise copy, and remember. Another name I have written here, Mississippi. You must be familiar with this name, Mississippi. This is the name of the river, okay, Mississippi River. It's a long river, right? So this grassland is found in this region, but this grassland is mostly because of the tributaries of this Mississippi River. What is tributaries? Tributaries, tributaries. Suppose if this is Mississippi River, okay, in order to make this river, we need so many other rivers to join this river. So many other rivers to join this river. Otherwise, this river will not become big, huge, right? So therefore, so many rivers we need. These small rivers which makes Mississippi River, these small rivers are called tributaries. All right. And suppose if Mississippi River, another word also I will introduce you. Okay. All right. So tributaries, and I am writing here. distributaries, distributaries. Tributaries, we know the small rivers fall into a big river, and these small rivers are called tributaries. Okay? And we find this temperature grassland in these tributaries. Okay. So, since we are studying these tributaries, we are introducing another word that is called distributaries. Distributaries are the rivers which will get separated from the main river. Suppose if this is separating like this going, big river is becoming small ones, right? So these rivers are called distributaries. Suppose Rishi is going like this. No, from going down, it will get divided into three different rivers. So those three different rivers are called distributaries. Okay, all right. Today, very simple, right? We will just we are introducing this chapter to ourselves. So topic is temperature grassland, and we are talking about, what we are talking about is the prairies. Prairies is a vast grassland, land but covered with grass, and grass is not very short grass, it's quite tall grass. Okay, quite tall grass. Okay, we are talking about, and this prairies is coming from the meaning that is getting from French people. Okay, France people, those who are living in France, has given this name prairies. Prairies means a huge grassland. Okay, so where does it fall? Only location we have studied. Location is 23 degree north and 66.5 degree north, that is Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer, in between these two regions. And the southern side also same, 23 degree and half south and 66 degree and half south, that is Antarctic Circle and Tropic of Capricorn. In between these two imaginary lines, we have got a lot of grassland, and these grassland lands are called the prairies. Okay, name given by French people, right? Okay, and we know where is Canada, where is Mexico. All right, in between this country we get this land. And what is Mississippi? The spelling of Mississippi, Mississippi. Mississippi is a long river, and we know the meaning of distributaries and tributaries and distributaries. And in this grassland, we should know that grassland, that is, we don't get trees, you will not get there in this particular grassland. Trees you will not get. And the spring season, you will get a lot of grass, those green grass, like maize you will get, you can see now all green. Wheat grass, you can see all green. Okay, so spring season you will get all green. But autumn you will get hay. Okay, when the crop is ready, then they will cut it down and they will dry it, and they will separate the grains and the hay. No, so hay. Autumn you will get only hay, and spring you will get only grass. Mind the spelling of hay, 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 right? Okay, good children. Quite many things are jumbled up here. Okay, purposely I did it so that even if you have not understood the story, at least you will remember the words, where these words are fixed. All these things you will come to know, and later on in the next class, next video, when we revise it, and things will be much more clear for all of us, right? As for today, know the topic, that is temperature grassland, and this temperature grassland is called the prairies, and the prairies is the meaning taken from French people, and the actual meaning is grassland. Okay, all right. So therefore, where does it fall? It falls 23 degree and half north and 66 degree and half northern side, that is here, and same in the southern side. Okay, and about location, we studied about the location, that is falls in between the Canada in the north and Mexico in the south. Both of these countries are South American countries, right? Okay, so, and we said that this grassland we will find mostly in the places where we have tributaries of Mississippi River, which means tributaries of Mississippi River help this grassland to come up very nice. Okay, water they will get from tributaries of Mississippi River. Since we have introduced this word tributaries, we are also introducing the another word, that is distributaries. And I told you the meaning of distributaries. distributaries, distributaries. Distributaries means, since tributaries is the small river joining to the main river, distributaries means separating into different small rivers. Tributaries and distributaries. So remember this word, distributaries. Do not forget. Right? So therefore, spring season means in a good season they will have grass everywhere, grass, greenery. Okay, but in the autumn they will have only hay. Hay means after when we cut our paddy, when we harvest our paddy, after cutting it, we will dry it and we collect it. Then we separate the grain and the hay. So one is grain which can be eaten, and hay is kept to feed our cattle. This is the system we do it in our place. So that is hay, right? Okay. So remember this word. Remember these distributaries, and remember this Mississippi River, and remember this meadow and grassland. They are same thing. And remember the name of the countries, Canada and Mexico. In between these two, we have got this natural grassland, that is in French, prairie. Okay, good. Thank you and have a great day ahead.